Hello, my name is Ramadan from Vincent Music, and today we're going to be looking at long notes and articulation on the flute while maintaining good posture. This is a flutes out lesson, so please have your flute ready to play when I indicate for you to play. Feel free to pause the video if you want to do it again, or I'm not leaving a long enough time for you. Work as you want. Okay, so let's just start with a long B flat at a good mezzo forte, at a good volume. Not as loud as possible, but just a nice, comfortable volume. Remember to keep your shoulders down as if you're making a V in your back. And take a really good breath before you start. There you go. Great, it was really good. Let's now start on a C. You're going to do exactly the same thing, but really remember to keep your shoulders down and that V in your back, okay? There you go. Great. And I'm going to do the same thing again. Keep my shoulders down, V in the back, on a D. We're now going to do, in one breath, all slurred, a B flat, a C, and then a D. Remember, really keep your shoulders down. Remember to put enough weight on your thumb and in this part of your hand so that you don't need to support the flute on your shoulder. The shoulders down, then go B flat, C, D, all slurred, nice and slowly. There you go. Feel free to do that a few times. Just really make sure that your shoulders are down, have a nice, good posture, etc. So, we're now going to do them all tongued, but we're not going to take a breath in between each note, and we're going to remember that lovely posture. Okay, so like this. There you try. Great. So we're now going to add a few more notes to that. We're going to go B flat, C, D, E flat, and then F. All in one breath, but still tongued in between, like this. You try. Okay, so we're now going to do a new articulation. We're going to go slurred in pairs. This means it sounds like this. Now you try. Great. Feel free to do that a few times or go back and listen if you didn't quite hear what happened. We're now going to do another new articulation. We're going to go two slurred, two tongued. This means that you slur those first two notes, so the B flat to the C, and then we tongue the next two, the D and the E flat, and then the F, like so. Or a little faster. Whatever tempo is good for you. We're now going to do another new articulation, and this is going to really help with the breathing. We're going to do four slurred, like this. You try? Great. We're now going to put those four slurred with another four notes, which is the rest of the B flat major scale. Those notes, so we have the F, the G, the A, and the B flat. So if we do the whole scale together, you can take a breath in between the E flat and the F, like this. the scale going up and coming back down. In 4 slurred, take a breath after every 4 notes, like this. Are you trying? Great. Have you been remembering to keep your shoulders down and your back in a V while doing this? Let's do it again, but really remember, keep your shoulders down and your back in a V. Just relax. Now you try. Okay, so we're now going to try doing this with different rhythms. So remember, we're still thinking about lovely posture, and so we have the V in the back, and we're still thinking about making a beautiful sound, so not an airy sound, but a nice sound. Okay, so we're now going to go so that is a minim on the B flat, and then the C, the D, and then the E flat. Are you trying? Okay, so we're now going to really work on getting a beautiful sound that is also able to be sustained for a really long time up in those higher notes, so from F and upwards. So we're now going to do, like what we did at the beginning of this, a nice long note on the F. If you want to time how long you're playing the notes for, you can put your metronome at 60, because if it's at 60 beats a minute, then it's going at every second, so like this. This is 1 second. It's like a very loud clock. So, that's very loud, but we're going to hold that F for as long as you can. Take a really good breath beforehand, and remember, keep your shoulders down and everything free. Great. Feel free to try that a few times. Pause, get your own metronome out, put it on 60, and just see how long you can get it for. If you can get it for 5 seconds, that would be great. We're now going to do the same thing on a G. Are you trying? Now we're going to do the same thing on the A, that higher A. And on that higher B flat. Now these are quite high notes, so it's okay if you're not getting it for that full 5 seconds. Just do the best you can. Remember, you can also play it a little bit quieter to conserve a bit more air. Great. So, now I'm going to turn that metronome off. Keep practicing this at home. So remember to, if you want to see how long it goes for, use your metronome and just really work on every time you play, having your shoulders down, especially of course around that low C, but also in that higher register as well. We're now going to work on trying to get some of those notes in a row. So we're going to go with an F, G, A, B flat, just all in a row, like this. No breath in between. You try. Great, just do that a few times Really make sure, see how slow you can go, see how long you can hold that last B flat. How long can you go for? Not that long. I totally understand. I'm much bigger than you are. But just as long as you can go. Great. Pause, do what you need to do. Do this over the week as well. We're now going to do you remember those articulations from before? Where how we have our slurred in fours, we have our slurred in pairs, and we have two slurred, two tongued. So let's do some slurred in pairs from that F up to the B flat. Take a breath, and then we'll come back down. And do that a few times, so like this. Like those second two times of the first one. Great. Keep doing that a few times. Feel free to pause, whatever you need to do. Now let's try it with the two slurred, two tongue. So remember that's da, 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 ya, da, da. Like this. Or if you want to do it a little bit faster, to make sure you definitely don't breathe during those two tongue notes, like this. You try. Great. Keep practicing these things over the week. Remember, every time you play, have a look in the mirror, make sure you have really good posture, you're breathing well, and try and keep pushing those long notes to go for as long as you can. Thank you. Happy practicing.